Hi guys, back again. It seems that we have some technical difficulties. Ada beberapa kendala yang kita temuin malam hari ini. Tadi kita jam 5 sudah sempat testing, tapi it turned out to be okay, but I don't know why. On this 7 o'clock, there's some technical difficulty because of the app version for the Instagrams are not able to join. Let's try again for now. I'm going to wait for some of the audience and the viewers, and of course for our guest speaker for today, Mr. Richard Soriano LegaspI, as the filmmaker from Crossroads, one of the films that we are screened on the festival last year. So balik lagi buat teman-teman semua yang udah hadir, kita ada kegiatan live online. There'll be several events that are going for online and offline throughout these years until the festivals are coming. Jadi stay tune aja buat teman-teman, kira-kira kapan sih 100% Malaysia Film Festival 2022 akan dilakukan lagi di, I don't know, Jakarta or Indonesia. So just crossing finger, everything is going to be just fine, alright, and on schedules for everything. So we're going to wait for our guest speaker for tonight, and we are really sorry for the inconvenience that happens during our live sessions, since there are some technical difficulties while we are starting it. So I'm going to invite guest speakers for tonight. So tonight's event is going to be in English. Because our guests are from the Philippines, as one of the films that are screened on our last festival. So hi, Richard. Welcome back, and just hope that this sessions will be okay.
Oh,
Hi.
at last.
Finally,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, good evening.
Hi, hello. No, it's okay.
I'm okay. Quite stressful, but I mean, technology is always like this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't notice myself that there are some updates on the Instagram.
Yeah, because
So
we had a test drive earlier, so I think.
yes, so I think it will be okay, and then suddenly there are some updates. Well, my friend just mentioned that I don't know, within this afternoon there are some updates for the Instagram. So welcome back
Mm,
and hello.
yeah. Hello,
I just
everyone.
yeah, I just introduced myself again. That I'm the host and the moderator for tonight's event for 100% Film Chat Road to the Festival. Since we're going to have our festival this year in 2022. So it's going, but the date and the schedules will be updated later on. So just stay tuned on our social media and our website for it. So thank you so much, Richard. Is it okay if I call you Richard, or would you
Yeah, sure,
prefer?
sure.
Yeah. So thank you so much for being here with us today for our tonight's event, and thank you for the films that are screened last year. I've also heard that you are having some projects that you are going to have new films. So maybe we could just I don't know, could just start
Oops.
the discussions and the film chats, and it's okay.
Okay.
So back to the films that are screened on our festival last year for the Crossroads. Is it Panulukan in Filipinos?
In
Is it?
Filipino.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's Panulukan. It's one of the films that are portrayed some I don't know, political issues that are happening in there. Actually, we do have some similarities happening right now recently in Indonesia. For there are some regulation that are going to be amendment, yeah, things like. But the question is actually, um, why you are making the movies for the Crossroads, and why making it as a political statement for to yourself or to the audience. I don't know, for your teams.
Okay. First of all, thank you so much for inviting me once again. Actually, yeah, I think it's been a year since the last talkback session, and of course, it's actually my privilege to be invited, and my film was part of last year's festival. In relation to your question, I think as a filmmaker, I'm always looking forward to create films that tell stories of what's happening in the society. I think that's my core as a storyteller. And um, when I was a kid, when I was a kid, I started playing with this small camera because I'm living in Valenzuela. Valenzuela is like an industrial city here in Manila. So at the age of 6 years old, I witnessed a lot of labor protests. I witnessed a lot of irregularities, and of course, because I'm a post-martial baby, so meaning when I was 1 year old to six, that's a time that a lot of political turmoil happening in the Philippines during the post-dictatorship of Ferdinand Marcos, and now Marcos is the president of the Philippines. I mean, the Marcos Jr. So connecting all the narratives that I witness every day in a daily basis is actually a powerful way for me to tell a story. And I think that's also where Panulukan started from. The point of departure of Panulukan, to those who haven't watched it and to those who had the opportunity to watch it, it's actually about my brother who was a victim of war on drugs. He was actually accused of using drugs, and here in the Philippines, before in the past 6 years, when you were accused of using drugs, automatic they will put your name on the list, and then the police officer will have a two or thrice a week visit in your home. But what about if you're not really using drugs? And that's a problem. And that's also the
Yeah.
problem of my brother. So when Tech Tales, the festival that giving actually grants for filmmakers all over Asia, they have a call for entries or I tried to apply, and I mean, luckily, they actually selected my story, and then that's the sort. I mean, that's the film started from the a lot of concern. Yeah, is my connection okay? Or yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a little bit,
Mm,
um, but yeah, I could hear your audios fine.
okay, okay.
It's totally fine right now. Yeah.
Thank you.
So back again to your statement. I don't know. Maybe would you like to continue for your statement, or um, there's something that I would like to. Well, besides of since the very young age you are already holding a camera for you to use,
Mm,
but and the other seeing some of the social problems in during your childhood until your manhood now. I don't know, or more most of your artworks for you to make.
yes. Basically, all my films, from my first short film, it's all about my experiences as my experiences as an artist or as a filmmaker or storyteller. So my first short film is about the state of the healthcare here in the Philippines, and then the second one is about a labor protest. But I always
Mhm.
inject with cultural, or should I say, there's always a cultural context whenever I'm creating my film. And Panulukan is different because it's modern, it's more on contemporary of what's happening today, including the technology that we are actually using, like Facebook, Instagram. And it's very essential for a storyteller or for filmmakers to connect, okay, to connect the narrative, his obligation to tell a story, and to be always at the side of truth. And I think that's the core of my storytelling as a filmmaker.
Okay. So, but things that I would like to ask again, while bringing up the issues for the, I don't know, like social issues and then the governments. I mean, knowing the risk for being persecuted or having another allegation due to the political statement that you are bringing into the films and your artwork. I mean, how do you cope with the situation? Is there any safety protocols that you have to make on yourself or to your teams, your families? Is there or any other methods like having a partnership with human rights activists or is there anything that would you do to prevent that to be happening?
Mm. Okay. So, like for example, for Tech Tales, for Panulukan, I'm very confident that whenever I receive this grant, automatically Tech Tales or Engage Media will be on my side. So it's important for someone, for a filmmaker, to look for a producer or funding that they will going to take care of the filmmaker, whatever narrative or story he will explore into. So for my other films, I'm also looking for producers or grant giving bodies that
Mhm.
we have the same narrative, or we have the same intention, um or we have the same vision. I think vision is the best thing. Particularly also for producer or for my staff and crew. I will not going to create this film if you're not believing in this project, and I think that's very essential. So when it comes to producer, funding, festival, that's why for Panulukan, I'm not aiming for huge festivals. When when 100% Manusha informed me that my film was selected, I said yes because that's the intention of the film. Why I would put my film or submit my film to a festival that my market is not there? So the film should be watched and screened in countries with a lot of issues of human rights. So I think looking at the bigger picture of it, producing, festival, cast and crew, actors, these people, this organization or institution should believe that, hey, this project is essential. This project needs to be heard or to be seen by a lot of people. And we need a good or proper venue for this. And we also need a proper or not proper, but we need people who believe in this project to be part of the ship or to be part of this project.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
agree with you. Yeah, well, same thing happened with the things that we are done. We do have some protocols to do so. Um, is it my voice okay or
Yeah, I can hear you. I can still hear you.
yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I don't. This is the difficulties we are doing. We're having we're having an online sessions. Um, yeah. So back again, Richard. There are things that are. Yeah, I'm really sorry for the sick. Yeah, things. There are some question. Well, actually, there's something that I would. So how's government? Is it better or answer it if you're willing to? But
Sorry.
hear
Yeah.
me? Yeah, yeah.
Not that clear. Not that clear.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah. So how's the situation for the Philippines during the new government at the moment?
Okay, where are we going to start? um, it's a okay. Um, I want to cry. No, 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 no.
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
kidding. Okay, okay, okay. There are some people that keep on saying that the recent election for them is not organic in the sense that you know a lot of people who are supporting the new elected, or probably some of them keep on saying that the election was manipulated in terms of it's not organic in a way that people voted for someone without the this machinery of disinformation. And I think it's a struggle that we will continue to experience in the next coming years because a lot of people believe in fake news. A lot of people believe in disinformation and misinformation. And just imagine that we only have like how many days? There's a new film that will be a new film that will actually Filipinos can watch this film this coming, I think, this coming August. But it tells about disinformation. It tells about historical revisionism. So it's a long struggle for us. I mean, storytellers also. So that's number one. Disinformation, misinformation, historical revisionism, distortion, and next, I think if you're a journalist here in the Philippines, automatic a lot of people will tell you that you're actually telling lies. So the reputation of media giants here in the Philippines is actually problematic. A lot of Filipinos also believe in trolls or, I mean, some social media influencers who are not journalists. And another issue we have is if you're a lawyer here in the Philippines, I think there's a huge number. I mean, the number of killings when it comes to lawyers here in the Philippines is getting higher and higher through the years. So aside from the a lot of victims of war on drugs, um, also if you're an artist and advocate of environment, there's also an issue. So, for example, last June 2002, another issue is um, concerning this farmers and artists. Uh, they were actually accused by the police, and then they, they were actually sent into jail, and they need to pay 22,400 US dollars. But I think the
Okay.
issue now is handled by by refutable and good lawyers who are helping people victims of human rights violation. So we have a lot of problems aside from the fact that the son of the dictatorship, Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr., is now the president of the Philippines. I think, um, can you imagine that? I mean, for the past years, we have Duterte, the war on drugs, corruptions from, I mean, a lot of corruptions. And now we have the son of the dictatorship. And we don't know what will happen in the next coming years. And I hope that, if you're a journalist or progressive artist or filmmakers here in the Philippines, I mean, you're still safe.
Yeah, yeah. I guess we can relate to the situation for the moment. As I mentioned before, there are some regulation and laws that are going to be amendment in Indonesia, which is, I think,
Mm,
is my personal opinion. It would be very dangerous for the government to have a full control of media, which is why I guess people like you, other filmmakers, or any other social media, I don't know, enthusiasts or the influencer are doing something to spoke the truth, which is, yeah, I do really appreciate for film are making films for not only entertainment but also for a political statement, for instance. I mean, Hollywood, some of the movies, right? So maybe I would like to ask: is there any other filmmakers, or is there a group in the Philippines besides of yourself for I don't know, for film enthusiasts? They are making art or film for this political statement. I mean, you must be not alone in the Philippines, right? There
Yeah,
must
yeah,
be
of course.
a group. So
Yeah. Actually,
how
we
the
we
situation for
yeah, yeah, sure. You
yeah.
may continue your question.
No. I mean, how you creating the groups and
Mm,
how you guys doing so until now? I mean, with new governments. Well, actually, it's happened like before, but
okay.
how do you go?
Okay. There's a lot of organizations or groups who are actually advocating for change, advocating for truth. For example, me, I'm in the interdisciplinary art. So I'm into filmmaking, I'm into curatorial art, I'm into painting, photography. So last uh, last February, we had an exhibition. The exhibition is about it's about that narratives about what's happening every night here in the Philippines. So what are the stories that we can encounter every 12 midnight to 6 a.m. And part of the exhibitions are issues about human rights. Part of the exhibitions are issues about political arrest. So, but this is this exhibition is part of my organization where I'm a member since 1989. But other organizations or other groups are also creating some creative initiatives. Like for example, in the Hacienda Pinang, I think last June they are actually conducting a an artistic initiatives. And then other organizations also, for example, here in the Philippines, um, they have some film screenings. They have we also have projects that related to martial law last months ago. But of course, as I'm also an educator, so as much as possible, I want to take care of I want to protect my students whenever they are actually creating activities or art initiatives that quite progressive. But along the way, we I think the question is how we can able to connect it to other people aside from the art community. So we look for passable spaces. We look for public spaces where we can able to share it. Online world is also an important platform, and I hope I mean after before the election, because before the election, there's a lot of tension when it comes to the campaign. So I think it gives also hope for a lot of artists to continue what they are actually doing. So I supported the political campaign of the former vice president of the Philippines, and we created a lot of murals. And this coming October, we will going to have another exhibition about
Hmm.
human rights. So I think it's an hopefully we can able to continue all our initiatives, all the plans that we have for 2022 to 2023. Yeah, hopefully.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Well, I hope it's going to be go on smoothly and safe for you guys. Wait, there's a question from one of us tonight. Maybe
Ooh.
before I move to my next question, I could ask you. Okay, this is actually the question that I would like to ask myself too. It's from Shafi Rahman. The things I would like to ask is how the viewers, I mean, how film viewers are seeing your films.
Sorry.
What is their response to it? So,
Yeah, okay.
what
So
is
what's the question again?
the yeah? What is your viewers' opinion for the films that you are screening? I mean, or the public reaction to it?
Okay, public reaction. Since I'm doing three kinds of films. I'm into documentary or nonfiction, and then I'm into fiction and experimental. So for my films, I have some films that actually too political, and so far I haven't received some harsh reaction about it. But there are some emails or messages in Messenger. I remember years ago that questioning my capacity, my questioning why I'm doing this film. It's not helpful because we need to support the government, things like that. And it saddens me because he is one of my, I mean, he's one of my students before.
Mm.
And sadly, if you know the person who is actually questioning you, not because of your capacity as a filmmaker or your talent, but questioning that the theme or the story that you want to share, I think that's too problematic because maybe these people they have blinders, and I think films should remove the blinders of people, particularly if they are, they have algophobia. I'm always telling this a lot of, the issue a lot of issues that's have I mean one of the issues that we have a lot of people are actually experiencing is they have all afraid of situations or any situations that might difficult for them, and I think be if they're actually afraid to say what they want to say, and if they already witness irregularities and they don't want to speak, I think that's another thing. So so far I haven't received a backlash. Okay, good for me. But maybe if Panulukan will screen online for free, and that's the time that I will receive a backlash because as I continuously studying uh, the trolls here in Manila or here in the Philippines, they have not because they are me, 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 maybe they are actually choosing who's particular person or filmmaker or artist that they will be probably they will attack them in a way that because this filmmaker or artists are too vocal about the issues, but
Yeah.
sometimes it depends. Sometimes they are actually attacking the artist because they are protecting a particular politician. For example, now if I'm going to say negative words about the about Marcos, then most likely they will attack me. That's for sure. So the attack is more on it's
Yeah.
the attack is actually not if the attack is actually anything that is actually will help to open the discourse, but no, it's not like that. They will humiliate you, your friends, and they will um some friends of mine they receive death threats. So luckily I haven't received a backlash, but when we started shooting film Panulukan, I asked my team, "Are you ready for a backlash or?" And we all say yes. Okay, I think that's part of it. If you want to tell, if you want to share the truth, if you want to say something about your society, well, you need to accept also the
Yeah.
backlash. I think that's normal.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally agree with you. I mean, there's always, I don't know, which is why we are from the 100% Film Festival are recreating the festival, and we also encourage people to stay right after the screening because we will have some discussion about the issues or about the film itself. I mean, there's always it's always like two sides of one coin. I mean, there's always two sides of everything. So
Correct.
the things that we are trying to create in 100% Manusia Film Festival itself is to create these discussions. Whether, as you mentioned, is it there are some blinders on theirs, but through the discussion we could having the different perspective. So I don't know about who's telling who's for the truth or to the facts, but that's what we need actually to have to communicate to have the discussion, right? I mean, which is why I guess is the reason for you to creating the films yourself. So,
Exactly.
but the questions also from the viewers are asking for the documentary films that you've directed so far. Is it any
Okay.
documentary films that you already directed, or you telling it to the or kind of films?
Okay. So far I have three documentaries where I directed. The first one is funded by UNESCO. It's about the migration phenomenon of Filipinos in Italy. So I shoot the films in Biella. It's in northern part of Italy for 3 years, and that was in 2015. I mean, the film was produced in 2015. Then during the pandemic, I have a short film, which won in Kota Kinabalu. It's the title is Small Steps. It's about this group of children dreaming to be a musician. It's a very light film. I think that film is, I mean, just enough to watch during the pandemic because it's very hopeful. And then now I need to finish. I'm in the post production stage of my new documentary funded by Taiwan government. Yeah, funded by Taiwan government, but questioning the labor issues of Taiwan. Okay, so I asked a grant.
Mhm.
I apply a grant under the Taiwan Cultural Department, and then the story of the documentary is about different issues that Southeast Asian migrant workers experiencing in Taiwan. Number one is the no day off policy, because a lot of Filipinos working in Taiwan, they don't have day off. They need to work 7 days a week, and they need to clean not only one house but 3 to 4 houses. And
Mhm.
then the documentary also discusses the different issues concerning how we can able to help the migrants. For example, you applied as a caretaker in Taiwan or as a factory worker. When you arrive in Taiwan, you have a different job. You're a farmer. Or other issues like if you have you applied, for example, for a particular agency in your country, once you arrive in Taiwan, you need to pay another. There's another payment for that agency. So issues about issues about migrant workers in Taiwan. Um, is I've been studying it since 2015, and hopefully I can able to finish the film by 2023 or 2024. Hopefully.
Okay, can't wait. Maybe we could show it on our festival
Sure,
ourselves.
sure, sure.
Uh, yeah, it's really. I mean, the situation between the Philippines and Indonesia is quite similar to the government's economical situation and or even to the political situations. Um, yeah, so which is why your films could be screened for us for for having another perspective from the Philippines and how to relate it to the Indonesian situation, which is awesome and which is great. So with thank you so much for that. Also, maybe I'm going to open up questions to the viewers if you would like to ask. I don't know regarding for the
Sure.
issues itself or about the films, but maybe while waiting for the viewers to give some question, I would like to ask for your latest project. Is it is it for the future films? We discussed for the documentary. So about your future films.
Okay, for future film projects, I also have this. I hopefully to shoot my second fiction film. The title's Legend of the Rose Wild Mallows. It's a coming of age film. It's a gay film. Okay, happened in the post martial law Philippines. So now, when Marcos won the presidency last May, that's the first question. Is it is there a possibility that I can able to finish my film because it's there's a touch of martial law in the film because it happened in one of the uh it happened in the province wherein majority of the voters are pro Marcos. So
Okay.
I'm excited to shoot the film, but still looking for international funding. But I'm not sure if a Filipino producer will help me to produce that project. I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
Because of the issues that you brought up on the films,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes.
Yeah, but okay, but alongside with the documentary is telling about the whole situation as the
Mm.
perspective of the filmmakers, but the future itself, you also bring some issues into your films. I mean, it's not just for an entertainment. Most of the future films are just like not having any political statement on it, but you always put your statement on your film. Is it correct?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, correct.
So, but what about the actor themselves? They are involved in your films. I mean, do they have,
Mm.
I don't know, same treatment like you for any trolls or backlash towards their? As an actor, I mean, they are probably have group of I don't know followers, etc. So
Yeah.
maybe you could
For my
tell.
actor, yeah, for my actors, I remember one of my actors in Panulukan, the driver in that film. He's also receiving a lot of backlash in the month of April and May because he's a super vocal advocate of truth. He's against. He's very vocal when it comes to his position in terms of disinformation and historical revisionism. So the more vocal you are, trolls are coming to you. Yeah, and I want also to share whenever I select or choose actors for my project, I'll make sure that, like what I've said earlier, I'll make sure that they also believe in the project. For Panulukan, my four actors, they're actually member. The three actors in Panulukan, the girl, and then the guy at the back, and then the driver. Uh, they belong in one theater group. This is I'm not particular about the name of the theater group, but it's actually a progressive theater group in the northern in Pampanga. So it's a province near Metro Manila. So when we're looking for actors, we check all the works that they have, and then luckily, oh, we were happy to know that they're also actively participating in different projects um, that's connected to, I mean, information dissemination about different issues, social issues. So it's a kind of a good way for me also and for the actors to not just about wavelength, but also to understand the different issues and what's the intention of the project. If for the actors, for example, for me, it's clear. Okay, what's the reason of doing Panulukan or
Yeah.
Crossroads? Because this is a way for me to advocate for change or to inform the public or the viewers about the negative effect of disinformation, and so will my actors. And I think it's very essential I mean it's very important that your actor also believes in your project. So yeah, backlash. They have their own share of backlash. I mean, because they are very active online, and I'm happy that they're doing that because for me, whenever my actor is super aware or very aware of what's happening in the country, I'm always make a point that I'm gonna get them again to my next project. But
Yes,
I
yes. So
also
you
have some actors before. Yeah, I also have some actors before that they are pro government.
and then how you
But
cooperate?
um, they are very professional. They are very professional, but it's somehow inside me it saddens me because the message of the film is about this, but your vision as an actor is different. Um, yeah, because we're live. I'm not sure if um sometimes I mean it saddens me because it's different to, I mean, it's different to the, it's different, we have a different perspective when it comes to that issue. But professionally, we work well together, but I'm not sure if I will going to get them again, because for me, it's for me, we need to be at the same, we need to be at the same ground, we need
Yeah.
to be at the same vision. So for example, if you're my actor, and then the theme of the film is about martial law, and then we need to promote the film. So how you can able to promote the film if you're happy about the victims of the martial law, if you're happy about the, you know, the different disappearances, if you're happy about the you know, a lot of Filipinos had been tortured in 1970s. So I don't think we will work on a separate. I mean, I don't know if will going to work, but I'm pretty sure it's not.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I would like to ask. I mean, how you promote when the actors are not on the same visions. So that's the thing that you do. You need to find the crew members also, maybe the
Yes,
actors
yes.
with the same visions, and they know the consequences while making the films. When you are talking about any political situation or human rights issues, I mean, they have to know what they are going to go. Is it? Um, I mean, it happens most of the filmmakers. They are making films talking about human rights issues. It's not only you as a filmmaker. It's not only for the producers, but also for the actors and crew members. So yeah, since there are no questions from the viewers, maybe I would like to ask another question from myself.
Sure, sure,
Is
sure.
is there any suggestion for you to give to I don't know, to our Indonesian viewers in here, Film Festival, the followers and viewers are online right now, and or to people in the Philippines they are watching maybe probably through your Instagram, is how can we contribute to the movement? Either it doesn't have to be in the films, or is there any advice and suggestions for us?
Okay, I think number one, as an individual, or as for example, as a Filipino or as Indonesian or whatever nationality you have, uh, always be vigilant, always share the right information, use your social media accurately, um, love your history. And because that's the problem that we have right now in the Philippines, historical revisionism and distortion. And a lot of people don't believe in history anymore. And as a as an academician, it's also my responsibility, not only as a filmmaker, to share what is the meaning of history, to share what is truth. And as if you're, for example, if you're not a filmmaker, it's also okay. Whatever things that you can share to your community, uh, for example, if you're a painter or a writer or a student, then be responsible enough of sharing information online. And always remember that though it, you know, the issue of disinformation, particularly nowadays, is also connected to to socioeconomics, because for example here in the Philippines, the biggest TV station is now closed. So not all Filipinos can able to get information, and not all Filipinos outside, I mean, in different, in far-flung regions, they have a powerful access in internet. So I think sharing the right information, use social media, and always be at the right side of history. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much. Well, sorry, maybe from a smaller scale, we could start within our families. I mean, to maybe
Yes,
you
yes,
have
yes, yes.
siblings, you could just keep telling the truth about things. I mean, the information. I mean, when you talk as an historical information. I mean, films could also share that also world's media, right? Uh, Other than books. Mm. So I guess our next project that films that we could watch. Tell us a little bit more where we could, where do we are able to contact to screen the films.
Okay. Okay. They can actually. I have my Instagram. I'm under Red Room Media Productions. They can also follow
Mm.
Red Room Media Productions. Some of my old films are available online by through that page, Red Room Media Productions. So, uh, some old films like mini DV tapes, not digital. Okay. And then you can also, I also have a blog where you can check all my works. And for universities or schools or organizations, if you're interested to screen my films, just message me. I would love to share my films for free. And I think that's my responsibility as a storyteller, to share my films for free. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. So that's it, guys. To the viewers, if you want to watch Mr. LegaspI films, or you could just direct to your Instagram account. Maybe some
Yes,
of the
yes,
viewers
yes.
could ask there. So I don't know. Is it past 8? We're supposed to have the Instagram live until 8, but to do to the technically technically
Technical, yeah,
difficult
difficulties.
difficulties before. So I'm not going to take more of your time. Maybe you already have any other schedules about it. So thank you so much, Richard. Can wait for your new projects and films to be screened at our festival.
Thank you
This
so much.
year, yeah, this year we're going to have another festival. So I don't know if your project, you mentioned that it's going to be complete on 2023, right? Is there any films that or any other project that we could screen? Maybe we could discuss it more later on. So thank you so much. Thank you for all the viewers also, and stay tuned for the festival this year, 2022. For the schedules and date, just stay tuned on our Instagram account, and do not forget to follow Mr. LegaspI account for his Instagram, and do contact him for films, especially for you, for the youth. So thank you so much for today. See you soon again at our
Yep.
festivals and maybe on our online events like this, or maybe when you're in Jakarta, Indonesia, or
Sure,
when we're
yeah.
on the Philippines. Okay. So thank you so
Okay.
much
Thank you
and
so
see you
much.
again.
Salamat, salamat. Bye, bye. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye.